Hi VC, it's Rob here with another video, and it's final tag time 2022. So 1st of January is final tag time, and Andrew Tales from the Crate usually does a video. As of now, he's not uploaded one yet, so the natives are getting restless, so I thought I'd do final tag for 2022. If Andrew uploads one overnight, I'll delete this one, but if you want to get on board with this, it'd be great. So I've got 22 questions that I've just sort of made up. So here we go. And the first question is, I want you to show me your favourite album from last year. It doesn't have to have been released last year, but just the favourite one that you picked up. So mine's a debut album by Squid, Bright Green Fields. This is sort of post-punk, a bit industrial, a bit jazzy. Comes on green vinyl. Favourite by the critics, favourite for Chris Rickertock. He had this as his #1 album, and I did too. So Bright Green Field, my favourite album from 2021. Next question, show me a record by the first artist that you saw live. So mine's Elvis Costello. Went to see him in Manchester in 1979. I would have been 14. Supported by Richard Hell and the Voidoids and John Cooper Clarke. Great gig and a great first concert, Elvis Costello. Third question, I want you to show me a duo. So I've got the Creatures here. This album's called Feast. So the Creatures, Susie and the Banshees, sort of Susie Sue, isn't it? And Budgie the drummer. So there's no guitars on this album, but it's a good one. So yeah, there's my duo, the Creatures. Fourth question is, show me a sealed album or an album that's still in the shrink. So I've got this one, it's in the shrink and it's actually still sealed up, and I've had it a couple of years. Tranquility Base Hotel and Casino. Kind of bought it on a bit of a whim really. Subsequently streamed it, and I've still not got around to giving it a spin. I really need to, but yeah, a record that's in the shrink is the Arctic Monkeys. Fifth question, a concept album. So I'm going to show Pete Townsend and White City from '85. So this is about sort of living on a council estate in London. Very good album by Pete Townsend. I'm sure everyone's got concept album, and this is a really good one. Question 6 is an album that you've not got round to listening to yet. So I'm going to show Wishbone Ash, and I think it's a self-titled album. I've just never got round to listening to this. I think I picked it up about over 20 years ago, at a time when vinyl was, people were just sort of giving it away, and I've actually never got used round to giving it a spin. Seventh question is a discovery from 2021, and mine's John Martin. So I discovered this album sort of very early last year, and subsequently picked up quite a few John Martin albums. He's released well over 20 albums, and everyone I pick up I seem to enjoy. But this one, Solid Air, is probably his best one. Question 8 is a live album. So I'm going to show Leonard Cohen. This is an album I picked up this year, really enjoyed it. So double album. I think it was recorded in 1976 in Atlanta, Georgia. But yeah, there's my live album. Number 9, a record from someone from a different continent. So I've been quite lazy and just gone for an American. So if you're in America, obviously someone from Europe or Australia, etc. So Archie Shepp is from America, sort of jazz, choral rock. I think it's from '71. This is pretty mad. So yeah, number 9, someone from another continent. Question 10 is a record with a price on it. So I recently picked up this 12-inch single of Home by Public Image Limited, and it's got a sticker on there from whenever. It was 99 pence. Number 11 is a punk or new wave album. So I'm going to show Stiff Little Fingers and Inflammable Material. Really good album. I think it's a debut. Suspect Device, Alternative Ulster, Wasted Life. Just a classic album from '78. So yeah, Stiff Little Fingers and Inflammable Material. Show Me a Box Set is number 12. So I've got this Fela Kuti box set. Picked it up a couple of months ago. It's got 7 discs in it, as you'd imagine. So I got into Fela Kuti thanks to the wonderful Steve Carlson. It's got a booklet in it as well. I've listened to quite a few of these albums. They tend to be one track on each side, but I've really sort of got into that sort of Fela Kuti magic. So just a quick flick through these album covers, as you'd expect, really colourful. So yeah, there's my box set. Number 13, I want you to show a record with a sporting theme. So it could have a song about a sport or some sporting activity on the jacket, or the band might have a sporting theme, or the album cover. So I've gone for Zidane by Mogwai. So Zinedine Zidane, the French footballer who went on to manage Real Madrid. So they filmed an entire match, and Mogwai did the music for it. So yeah, question number 13 is a record with a sporting theme. Number 14 is a jazz album. So I've gone for Eric Dolphy and Out to Lunch. So I picked this up a couple of months ago. People were waxing lyrically about it. What I tend to do with jazz though, I don't tend to stream it or anything, because I just want to absorb myself in it and listen to it on vinyl. I think it sort of just sounds better. And this wasn't really what I expected. It was actually pretty out there, but I did enjoy it. So yeah, Out to Lunch by Eric Dolphy. Number 15 is a best of album. So I've got Mountain here. So I picked this up last year, and I streamed it a little bit, and I liked what I was hearing. They've actually been sampled by quite a lot of artists, Mountain. I think Mississippi Queen is the sort of most famous track, but I really enjoyed the best of Mountain. Number 16 is an album cover with more than 8 people on the cover. So there's well more than 8 people on the War album. It's called Galaxy. A soundtrack, that's number 17. So I'm going to show the Tron soundtrack. It came out on Record Store Day. I think it was about 12 months ago. So it's a good soundtrack. Some VCLT. So I'm sure everyone on here has received some VCLT at some point. So I received this James album on Christmas Eve, actually. Strip Mine. So this James album was on my doorstep on Christmas Eve, and it was from Vinyl Dale Simon. So yeah, show some VCLT. That's number 18. Number 19 is show an album that has no writing on the cover. So Silver Eater by Grace Lightman. It hasn't got any writing on the cover, so I'm not sure how difficult that's going to be. Silver Eater, so this came out in 2019. It's a great album, sort of a bit of a concept album about aliens falling in love with the human race. So yeah, Grace Lightman, hasn't got any writing on the cover. Number 20, I show a 7-inch single. So The Police there from 1979, but this one happens to be on blue vinyl. Number 21, show a coloured vinyl. So the Dickies, with the incredible Shrinking Dickies from, is it 79 or 78? 78, is it? on orange vinyl. So Dickies, the American punk band that I've got a lot of time for. And question 22 is show me an album that came out 40 years ago. So an album from 1982. A bit scary that was 40 years ago. But I'm going to show Big Science by Laurie Anderson. Really good album. It came out in 1982. So 22 questions for the 2022 vinyl tag. If you want to get on board, that would be great. Any comments? I'd love to hear from you. Obviously, I'm not too sure whether Andrew's going to do a video, but this can be kind of a backup. If you want to get involved, that would be great. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.